Welcome back everybody, BetaDre here. I know it's been a while, but we got another action-packed review of an awesome gaming product. You guessed it, it's from Razer. It's called the Hyperflux, and this is Razer's Mamba, the electronic wireless gaming mouse, combined with the Firefly, an electronic trackpad that charges the mouse as you play. Isn't that cool? What more could you ask for? We're going to get into all the nitty-gritty details right after this commercial break. The following review is brought to you by Apple. Apple, making the same shit over and over again. Let's begin with the review, shall we? Right after a word from our sponsor. This review is also sponsored by PBK Reviews, when you're not looking for personality or enthusiasm. And here we have the unboxing. Always nice green and black packaging from Razer. Here's the Hyperflux logo. And now underneath we got the nitty gritty. Here's the mouse, which we'll get into in just a second. It's actually quite lightweight. This is because there is no battery. It's got nice packaging right here. Mamba Firefly instruction manual. And of course the Razer stickers, which I always love. Got plenty of those. This right here is the USB cable that attaches to the Firefly, and then this part goes into your computer, and that's actually what charges the mouse through an electromagnetic field. Look at this sturdy foam. This is amazing. This is like Alienware type packaging right here. This is great. And of course right here, oh man, this is bulletproof. Here we got the Firefly mouse pad that also charges the mouse at the same time. Let's go ahead and open this up. Wow, look at that mouse pad. Let me close this up real quick. Alright, so the mouse. My first impressions of this, I love the side handles right here. This little grip, it feels good. It's got some grooves as you can clearly see. This allows for better grip support right here. Also, it allows the air to come through much more easily so you don't, as you people noticed, I've had a bit of a sweating problem. The clicking on the mouse, I mean, these are really sharp clicks right there. I just love how Razer's products feel. Forward and back buttons. We got two more right here to change other screens, or you can adjust the DPI, which I'll get into a minute right here. This mouse is really lightweight. You can't use this mouse with anything else, folks. Unfortunately, you have to use it with the Firefly because of the electromagnetic properties that the Firefly charges the mouse with. You won't be able to use this without. There's no battery in here, and there's no connector, obviously, as you can see. Actually, hold on a sec. What is that? You might be able to connect right there. There we go. You can see right here, if you can just zoom in, you might be able to connect if you don't want to use it. Let's see if I can get this sucker in there. Oh, okay. Forget what I said. You apparently can connect it. All right, that's great. I'm glad I caught that. So you can use it standalone just by itself. You'll have to use the wire, but then you won't be able to use the charging properties off of this, but you can still use it simply because the Firefly has a hard and soft area, so you can switch back and forth however you like the texture to be. It's no problem. All right, way to go, Razer. Always give you an option. I like that. I love this company. It's great. But normally you'd want to connect it right here and just go ahead and use it like this. Like I said, it charges through electromagnetism. There you go. It creates an electromagnetic field, similar to how the iPhone wireless charging works nowadays, as we all know. But back to the mouse. So it has a 5G sensor. What does that mean? Well, 5G relates to the G that you take G-forces, meaning acceleration one way or the other. And what that means is, in a game, from having the mouse move to here, as you move more this way, it accelerates its rate of just constantly moving forward. So it'll be really fast. On top of that, you have 16,000 DPI. Now let me tell you folks, that is incredibly snappy. My wrist, every time I tried to play StarCraft moving around, when I had the old Razer Mamba, I set it at 4,000 DPI on a recommendation from a friend. Let me tell you, my wrist was hurting so bad, mostly because of the weight, but even then it was just too sensitive. You don't want to have that set. I mean, really, 2 to 3,000 DPI is all you need. For all you first-person shooters out there, maybe 3,000, 4,000, but 16,000, it's one of those numbers like, it starts losing its meaning. You can set it at, 8 million DPI. It's nice that it has it, but really you just want to back it up to a nice between 2 and 5,000 DPI in order to get some accuracy. But the 5G sensor will help accelerate it. That way you don't have to flick your wrist around so many times. And as far as FPS, it's got 15,000 frames per second. What that means is as the mouse cursor is right here, and you want to move it fast as you can, because now it does have 16,000 DPI, you're not going to see a little shadow cursor moving. It's going to be smooth. You're going to see the mouse moving the entire way, left, right, up, or down. It doesn't matter. And that's good for you because there's no shadow jumping of the mouse. You'll be able to just see the cursor go, allowing you for split-second timings right there. Overall, I love this mouse. It just looks really great. It doesn't have the chroma features on this specifically. This does light up green, as you'll see in a minute when I use the Razer Chroma software, and it is activated through chroma. The Firefly has this little clear plastic through here. You could see the chroma light up through there. You could turn it blue, you could turn it green, you could turn it several different colors or go into a color pattern. You are able to switch. This is the hard surface. You're able to switch to the soft surface. And as you can see right here, remove film before use, as I obviously will. I like the hard surface better. That way my hand doesn't sweat as much. Dirt won't get on you. You can just dust it off real good. We are here using the Razer Synapse software. As you can already see, it's already installed the Razer Mamba Hyperflux. So we're going to go to the dashboard. We're going to click on Devices. So we have the Customize feature right here, which allows you to customize each one of the clicks right here according to the function. You can change it, namely customize it for the sensitivity, which one controls which, the forward and back buttons for mouse 5 and mouse 4. You're able to use it for whatever you need during your games. Over here in performance, you're able to change from 800 DPI to 1800, 45, whoa, okay, that's sped up a lot faster, 9,000 and 16,000. And as you can see, my mouse is flying all over the place and I'm barely even moving the mouse, so we slowly tweak it back to 1800 as I recommended. If you want 3000, you can just do it right here. You can set your own settings. So each one, wait, which one was this? 1800, perfect. If this one's too much, you could set it back to 3000. It really doesn't matter. The polling rate for the mouse is how much feedback is sent at a time, so it could properly adjust. I really like this feature right here because you have 5 different settings which you can click the mouse button right here. You can click the mouse button stage up, stage down, and change it really fast on the fly. If you're playing a first-person shooter, or if you're playing an aviation game, it'll be there for you, immediate performance right when you need it. I love that they included that you customize it and it's not a pre-setting. And the lighting, as we go over here to the lighting, it was set on normal before I changed it. This determines the brightness of the mousepad lighting system. You can make it dim, or you can make it a little more intense by putting it on bright. I will just leave it at normal for now. If you want to change the colors, you have to go to the Chroma Studio. And you're able to change your keyboard, which I have the Razer keyboard right here. This is great. It's the Tournament Edition, obviously, because there's no number pads right here. I can change each individual mouse button right here off of the Synapse to compare it with the Hyperflux, but we're going to concentrate on the Hyperflux. Each little corner of the Hyperflux can be a different color if you choose, or if you want the entire thing, including the mouse, you simply do this, and now it's all selected, and you can change the color. Go to green. You can go to, and you must select down here, you can go to blue, or you can go just full on color and everything. And naturally you could just set the, we'll just save right there. You can set the brightness on this, normal or higher. You can go to lighting, go back to Chroma Studio, and you're in the studio now. You select all of this, see how it's highlighted? Now you can pick a color, you can pick a wave, you can pick the gold. You can find out everything. If you really like to play around with those settings, go right ahead. It fully lets you customize everything, and even if you want to change your keyboard real quick to match it, you can. It's right here. Going back, now we got the calibration right here. So if you're going to use the cloth, which is the reverse side, you can calibrate it for that, so the mouse knows exactly how to figure out the polling rate and give you the proper feedback to move the mouse cursor. This one's the hard one, and this one is default, no calibration. You can just choose any mouse mat that you have, or you can add a surface and then calibrate it later. Liftoff range. If you're experiencing tracking issues, you may either reset your mouse or increase the liftoff range. I'm assuming this is the range that the mouse comes off the mat when you're moving around so frantically that you're trying to reset the mouse in the middle. It'll give you a range of how much it accepts or takes off when it just cuts off the motion completely because you've lifted it off and you want to reset in the middle and move right there from that exact point on the screen. I think that's an excellent option. And yeah, that's the Razer Synapse software that we have right here. This is the main screen. When you open it up, you can choose all your devices that are connected. As you can see right now, I have the Black Widow Tournament Edition, and the Hyperflux that I installed took a couple of minutes, not a big deal. But this software is amazing, and this is exactly what I expect from Razer. Just outstanding customizability and options that have the gamer in mind. Well, that was our review of the Razer Hyperflux. Let us know what you think down in the comments. Always like and subscribe for more, and we'll see you next time.